because first of all, I need to chill because the person we are talking to today is a very chilled out person. So it's I'm just trying to set up that that chilled out energy, and I wanna, because of time, definitely I wanna introduce to you our guest today on the show. Now, this guy, I don't know where to start from. Extraordinary is where I'm gonna start. Extraordinary producer, extraordinary musician, extraordinary DJ, and I saw somewhere kinda radio presenter as well. You're gonna let us know about that. I'm talking about a man like Juls. Juls, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, my bro.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Get closer to the mic. Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. So here's the thing. We are two DJs. We run the show, and when we had you coming through for the interview, normally he does a different show on a different day, and I do a different show. We were like, yo, we have to be in this together because
I appreciate that, man.
for us as DJs, when you get to meet the people behind the music that you play, it's a special moment.
Oh, man.
And I just want to let you know that this is an amazing moment for us.
Thank you.
So let's get into it. Not your first time in Kenya?
Nah, second
time
this year.
Yeah. This year?
Yeah, but second time.
Second this year.
Okay.
First time was February. Muse Club brought us down to headline this show in the race course. At the race course.
Yes.
Amazing. I was like Michael Jackson in the place. Yeah, it was an amazing feeling, man. I've never got that. I didn't know the love was crazy like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Kenya became a new home. So I was like, when we were about to put the album out, we were just talking about places that we're gonna go to kind of like engage and kind of like do some activations and whatnot.
Right.
I was like, yo, let's go to Kenya 100%. I've even gone to Ghana, which is mad.
Oh, wow. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate.
but don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Kenya. Let's come to Kenya. So, we're here to do a couple of shows. Good friend Pfizer's put stuff together to make things happen. So, a few shows here and there. The listening session on Sunday to try and give people an experience. Yes, quite a few things happening as well, man.
Yeah. We'll get into that because, man, I just I want our audience to know a little bit about Jules. So definitely we know as DJs, Ghanaian, UK, the Connect. Just a quick one, like, so you were in the UK, went back to Ghana, and then for maybe 15 years, and went back to the UK.
Yeah.
So between that period, the movement between UK and Ghana, where did the music really, start?
I think growing up, being from London, you're just surrounded by so much culture. I grew up around a lot of Caribbeans.
Right.
So reggae music, lovers rock, dub reggae, it's literally, a part of me.
Yes.
And my mom loves reggae music as well, especially the old school stuff like Jimmy Cliff, Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, all of that stuff. And my dad, he listens to jazz.
Yeah.
So I guess, growing up, that's the music that you heard around the house. But then when I went to Ghana, that's when I was exposed to like high life and hip life.
Yes.
And a lot more African, sounds. And obviously getting older, I just decided to kind of explore more.
Yeah.
So I guess Ghana is kind of like where I found the African identity.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I only started making beats when I was like in uni by accident.
Oh, did you study music in uni, or you did
absolutely
something?
not. My whole background is completely different, bro. Like, I have a degree and I have a first degree and a master's in finance. So
right.
For the last 8-9 years, I was an investment banker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I only quit my job maybe 3 years ago, 2018, and even during that time, I was still even making all of this music. So
right.
I was like Clark Kent and Superman, living two different lives.
Yeah. And because we are Africans, and it doesn't matter what part of Africa you come from, there's always this how did you how was the reception back at home from your parents when you said, you know what, I'm leaving this, I'm doing music? How did that go? How was that conversation?
Well, when I made the decision to actually go into it full time, at that age, your parents really don't have a say.
Yeah. How old were you at that time?
3 years ago. So I was probably 31, 32.
Okay.
So I just remember it like yesterday, because the reason why I even made that full-blown decision is because something happened at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah, I can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I turned in my resignation, and I was like, everybody at the office was shocked. I was just like, wow, you're walking away from this. And I remember telling my mom and dad, like, yo, this is what's about to happen. There's a lot of silence on the phone.
Okay.
When I told them. but then my dad intervened. He was like, if it's gonna make you happy, then just do it.
So yeah, because I know your dad is the chilled one. Yeah. Your dad is like, you got your personality from your dad.
Exactly.
And your mom is the more upbeat kind of. So like your dad was cool.
Yeah. I mean, you know what?
Your mom, what about your mom?
You know, with you know, with couples, right? Especially married couples.
Yes.
And it's probably controversial, but the man is more chilled. But then when his wife is in the background doing the commentary,
right,
the guy is kind of like, you know what, she's saying a lot. So I guess what my mom will say will kind of like trigger his thoughts and be like, actually, are you sure this is that? But they've been supportive, man. I can't even lie. They've been very, very supportive.
Right.
And they've let me be very, very free.
Okay.
You know, and it's gotten me to where I am today.
Right.
In fact, just an hour ago, I just found out that I've been nominated for a MOBO in London.
Oh wow!
And I haven't even told them yet.
Right.
Amazing.
Applause in the studio. Come on.
And stuff like that is, you know, when you tell them stuff like that, just like, oh wow, because they know about the MOBOs. MOBOs is a very, very big award show in the UK. You know, so getting a nod for that, and then, you know, putting out an album on your own independently as well, and being recognized worldwide, to me, is more than, you know, enough for me. And, you know, I just want to continue to push the gap, man.
So let's get a bit into your sound, because you talk about high life. A lot of people in Kenya don't understand what high life is. You used to beatbox as well. Yeah. Your foundational sound.
You know a lot, bro.
Yeah, I kind of. Because I'm going to tell you why I know a lot. Beatboxing as well. A bit of hip-hop in your foundational sound. We're talking about high life. You're talking about Afro. Let's start with what high life is. Just like quickly, what that sound is.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
Before I came, Sauti Sol were in London last month.
Yeah.
They did a couple of shows. And there's a song they have called Susanna.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
If you listen to the sounds in that song, I'm just like, this is high life.
Yes.
In Ghana, high life is literally the guitar, percussion, and there's elements of like the keyboards in there, but it's weird to explain. But the originator of high life, it's always been a debate on who the originator is.
Yeah.
But the likes of Abel Taylor, CK Man, these are all legends in Ghana.
Right.
They're kind of like the ones who have been pushing that genre. And then Fela, you know, came to Ghana, and they used some of those elements and they created their own, which was the Afrobeat. So Fela and Tony Allen, you know, the Funkies. Yeah. So the sound has really changed over the years, and at the same time it's very like different, but the sounds are the same. It's just the style in which the guitars and the percussion and all of those things are played. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And when I was listening to that Sauti song, Susanna, I was just like, it's pretty much the same, but I think Africans just have different ways of playing the instruments. Right. There's different sounds. We have terms called amponsa, and that's a style of playing the guitar. Right. If you hear that type of sound, you know, that's high life. And that's generally what our music is, and it's very reflective of our moods. And we always speak about romance and being in love, or, government issues, but in a very subtle way.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you've talked about instruments, favorite instrument when you're producing, like what would you put top, first, second, third?
I always start with my drums,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I always start with the drums before I even think about the melody. The melody is actually the last. It's weird. Sometimes I even work backwards. If there's a melody, I'll probably make a melody.
Okay.
But what I've realized is that when I make the melody and I'm building the drums around it,
right,
it doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I always make sure that the drums are proper. So even yesterday, when I was in Blinky's studio, I was working on the drums.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is crap. Scrap it. And when I scrap it, Blinky was like, why?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, because it's not sounding the way that I want it to sound. And I
Right.
know when the drums sound correct. And then once it's perfect, that's when I, do all the other stuff.
Yeah. So I want to get into your collaborations because you've done a lot of collabos with artists from across Africa. I'm talking Wiz, I'm talking Bana, King Promise as well.
Yes.
And I just want to talk about the Afro beat, Afro sound scene in the UK that connect between the UK and the Afro, because I remember here in Kenya at around about 2017 there, about 2018, the whole Afro swing, Afro bashment sound was quite big. And that's when I got more into Juls. It's because a lot of you produced bad with notes and all of that. So we actually even had an outfit here with my friends where we used to just play UK Afro bashment, Afro swing music at that time. So what really happened in the UK market where Afrobeat is quite big compared to other markets, say like the US market? What's special about the UK that really propped up that sound?
So the Afrobeats name was kind of coined in the UK only because when it started getting popular, and when I say it started getting popular, I'm talking about music from Nigeria and music from Ghana, and to some extent some of the other countries from Cote d'Ivoire and the Congo. When African music started getting quite popular in the UK and it was playing in the clubs, they just wanted to give it a name, and then they just throw all of that in there. So chances are that Sati may have had a song and it was thrown into that Afrobeats genre just because they just wanted to give it, a name. But it was sounds from, Ghana. In Ghana, we have our hip life and our zonto and all of that. In Nigerian music, the popular stuff, they call it Niger pop. And it just literally had to be put into one, big name.
Right.
Now, it was big in West Africa, and what tends to happen is that when we go back home for Christmas, the people from London, we hear all of these sounds and we're just like, yo, when I was in Ghana, this is what was rocking. Or when I was in Nigeria, this is what was rocking. Come back to London, and there was a lot of pressure on DJs to start playing these songs. And because all of us are from West Africa, why not? It's just like the Caribbeans. When the Caribbeans would go back home to Jamaica or Trinidad or Barbados, they will hear all the dancehall, they hear all the reggae. They come back home, they're like, yo, this is what's popping in our homeland. And then it started getting popular in the clubs. So there was not one time that you go to the club and you won't hear music from West Africa.
Right.
Then what started happening as well is people from the UK who were Ghanaian or Nigerian, they also started making their own version, and they used to call it UK Afrobeat. So the likes of Sona, Quams and Flavor, UG, Mr. Silver, so many other people, they started making their own version or UK Afrobeats. We weren't able to fly the likes of Wizkid and Burna and One Day Cole at the time, obviously because of visa situations, funding, all of those things.
Right.
But with time, promoters in the UK, shout out to Smaid, Toba, 2009, 2010, they started putting their money together and bringing them to the UK. So then Afrobeats got a lot popular because then the people had access to the real, authentic African stars in Nigeria and Ghana.
All right.
So they were able to perform all the big hits, and then with time it started to grow and grow and grow, and bada boom, bada bing.
All right. Your latest album, Sounds of My World.
Yeah.
Now, what does your world look like? Just real quick,
somebody asked me the same question.
Yeah, because when I heard it, I'm like, oh, man, he's a chill guy. He's super chill. I think if you walked into your house, and found a roach, and then it's like eating sugar, you'd be like, just carry on, bro. Just knock yourself
That's actually mad. That's actually what the average listener is stuck in one way when it comes to what they're trying to hear. If it's not a certain vibe, if it's not a certain sound, they automatically don't really gravitate towards it.
Right.
So sometimes we need to open our minds sometimes when we're listening to music, you know, and try and be a bit different. I believe it's a very good album. It's my first one. And, you know, the aim was to try and collaborate with as many people across the world. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think I was successful in that. And I believe it's the beginning of, you know, a few more great albums that I'm trying to create under my belt.
So, yeah. Was the entire album done through the COVID period?
Yeah.
So did...
Yeah.
I guess like any other artist, you have your creative process. Like compare pre-COVID and COVID, the mindset that you were in as a producer, and then and now.
I think I got lucky because I started working on my album immediately after, you know, I dropped my mixtape Color.
Yeah.
2019. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna get a studio, build it from scratch. And I just made the studio to literally look like a place which would be reminding me of home. So it's like a habitat. I've designed the place in a way where, you know, it's very comfy. Got the candles, got the incense, all my instruments and everything in there, little TV screen, you know, just set the mood right, do you know what I mean? And that was it. And I just, you know, made some mental notes and then, you know, marked some albums that I wanted to listen to, stuff that I get inspiration from.
Right.
I was literally locked in that whole period. It was just a lot of internet and emails and WhatsApp messages with a lot of artists. Some people were able to come in to the studio during the recovery period of COVID, if that kind of makes sense.
Right.
And I finished the album off in Ghana and in Kenya, actually. So, yeah. Comparing the two times, I think for me, because I was just focused on just trying to get this album done, I wasn't really thinking about too much or anything else. I was just being a bit more creative and, you know, building a presence for myself on socials. I used to do Instagram, DJing sets and whatnot, just entertain the people who are at home. So, yeah, man.
So I know you're very particular when it comes to strategy and when to release music.
Yeah.
It's something big that you talk about all the time. Why is this the right time for this album?
Because I need to take a break and rest my ears.
Okay.
And then also I want to get back to enjoying music a lot more. You know, sometimes as a DJ, you just get overwhelmed by so much music that needs to be played in certain places, but I want to be able to take time and then listen to some music that will inspire me. Because after this album, I said to myself, I want to start dropping next year, and I want it to be a completely different sound, and I want people to actually dance. You know, my stuff is really chilled and you know, it's a vibe. But the next sound, I just want people to dance and move. And for me to create this type of sound that I'm trying to make, I just need to be a little bit more calculated and kind of like figure out exactly how I want it to sound.
So are we saying goodbye to the chill Juls?
I mean, I think I could do it. I think I could do it with my eyes closed. Yeah. But I feel like I'm just looking at things in terms of I want to start DJing a lot more, and when I'm DJing, I want to be able to, you know, DJ in places where there's energy. So I want to be able to play my own stuff. And when I'm playing my own stuff, I just want it to be, you know, full of energy. Right. And that's the sound that I'm trying to work on. And, you know, hopefully we'll get to hear it sometime next year.
Right. So I asked you a question earlier. If there's one song in your album, Sounds of My World, that you would love for Kenyans to just listen to, what would that song be?
Well, it would be biased to mention the ones that have Zinya and Karen and Sauti So on. Yeah. I think Makosa Rhythm. Yeah, it features Hailey from Western. The song is special. One, because it was the last song that was added on the album. Two, it was made 2 weeks before I was supposed to submit the album. Not tell a lie. It was 2 weeks before the album was supposed to come out, and I changed it. And three, it's just an embodiment of so many different sounds. If you really listen to it, there sounds like piano in there, Then there's sounds of, high life in there with the guitars in there. Hailey is Caribbean, so he brings that vibe to it as well. And it's very soulful as well. So there's so many genres in one.
Right.
And it gives you different feelings in the mind or when you're listening to it. And I was just like, I like people to take this in.
Right. As we wrap up this, I mean, time is not on our side. I made a tweet July 3rd this year in 2021. And I said, Afrobeats from Ghana slap harder than Afrobeats from Nigeria.
I am not involved in this
I'm
conversation.
just... And I really don't want an answer because, I mean, great sound from both sides.
Yeah.
But assuming you were to agree or not to agree with me, which side would you be on?
I'm Ghanaian, bro.
So, are you saying Ghana?
That's it.
Ghana? You're Ghanaian.
I'm a Ghanaian.
All right. Thanks so much for coming in studio. We're about to wrap up. I'm going to ask you just a few quick fire questions. Nothing controversial like that question. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs, okay. Pancakes for breakfast or cereals?
Cereal.
Okay. Arteta in or out?
Oh my. Can I pass?
No, I mean it's
for now.
Yeah.
For now. Arteta in.
Okay. The last one. So you have a choice to kiss, marry, or have a one-night stand with either Tiwa, Steflon, or Thames, baby.
Let's write this down.
So, kiss, marry, or a one-night stand with Tiwa Savage, Steflon.
One night stand.
Yeah, there's kiss, marry, one-night stand, and then you've got Tiwa, Steflon, or Thames. So who are you picking for what?
Tiwa, Steflon, and Thames. I'm married, so this is controversial, but she'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
First one. Steph. To marry, think Thames. Oh, nah, Tiwa. Oh, nah. You know what? This is long. Yeah. This is long, man.
Do you want to know what I'll do?
Yeah, let's see what you would do, actually.
I would marry Thames.
Okay.
I would have a one-night stand with Steph and kiss Tiwa. Sounds about right.
Confidently.
That's good for you, bro.